happening before. It's their right to do that. So in the provisions of what you're talking about, democracy, that you can have someone really challenging even what Suluhu is doing, that is the epitome of democracy. So how then do we curb such a scenario happening also in this country, where we have now this particular, what you call it, the draconian bill? Yeah, they have the sole right, the NC4, to try and, clamp down on websites that they deem to be, steamrolling some of this vicious, maybe vitriol also on social media.
Before I get to that, I would like to point out that if you embark on fault finding, you'll find a problem in everything. You realize that issues that are being raised by the so-called united opposition, I call it so-called because I know it's not united. It's disjointed. It has no common objective. It's just focused on trying to, this agenda it's called one term or something like that. If you look at the kind of agenda that is being pursued, they are finding fault in the same things that they used to defend when they were in positions of convenience. How would I believe that this affordable housing is a wrong project if when Rigathi Gachagua was deputy president was defending it, and today when he's been impeached, he's against it so viciously? There's also one other member of that united opposition called Governor Natembeya, the one of Trans Nzoia. There's nothing that is so tangible on the ground that is to his name since he became governor. Because immediately became governor, he focused on getting to the national level and started something called the Tower Movement. So there's nothing that is to be held accountable for in terms of results as far as what he was elected to do is concerned. And that is a common pattern among so many people within the opposition. So on the issue of the Cybercrimes Act, the Amendment Act.
Not solely on it, really, but you can comment on it, yes.
Yes. Whatever has come out is for the protection of the general populace, because they're talking about phishing, which was not factored in the 2018 Act. And then there's also the SIM swapping. For example, there are people who usually talk about mulot. They are protecting Kenyans. The law is protecting Kenyans against being swindled, because those things have been happening a lot in the country. So we need to look at the positive aspects of every law. And again, the law is made by the members of parliament. These members of parliament are elected by the people. So these are our laws. The president only comes in when he's approving the law so that it becomes a part of what is supposed to guide us. So we cannot personalize these things and focus on one individual and say, maybe the president is using a strong hand or even being high-handed in terms of passing laws that have already been taken through the processes that are entrenched within our constitution.
Right, thank you. Very interesting editorial cartoon that we do have in the People Daily, maybe just to segue into our discussion also of the ODM party politics and the evolving party politics scenario that we do have generally. If Badraka will just pick up this, trying to dissolve ODM, and you can see there, he is in the laboratory, so to speak. The oranges are actually in the test tubes, and this is what is generally happening currently as far as ODM is concerned. Raila's party in turmoil as Ruto deal sparks war. I just want you to comment on what is happening within ODM as it stands. We had also the party leader saying we're not going below anything other than the deputy president's slot. That's, of course, with the new formation that will be happening. If we will be in broad-based government, and you can see there's a toing and froing on these particular two factions, if we are in it or we are out of it. But if we're in it, nothing below deputy president.
Have you ever been to a church where people are speaking in tongues? Most of the times you don't understand what one person is saying and what the other one is saying, but they all say they are praying. ODM is speaking in tongues.